delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Excuse me, miss. What's that ding-ding noise?
Oh, that's customers collecting points from a frequent shopper program.
Okay.
Each time you shop with your frequent shopper card, you earn points, which can be redeemed for future discounts on purchases. Seems like you don't have one.
Nope.
You can sign up today and start collecting your points.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
All right, and of course we'd like to say hello and welcome to everyone currently tuned in onto another Mikey Live program. I'm your host Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. That is Grenada, where we have it all. Sand, sea, sun, beautiful people, lots to do and see. We want to welcome you to another great program. This is what we call News Discussed, Not Told. We are coming out from a very eventful weekend, and the weekend before that was as well very good. We're going to talk about the weekend. Of course, we want to say hello to the first-time viewers on the program, and to those of you who are always here. We call you the usual suspects. We'd like to also say hello to you and welcome to another program. Folks, we have quite a bit of things to talk to you about on the program. The infamous eclipse. Did you get to see that eclipse? Or did you not? We'll talk about that. Reggae Fest held over the weekend. We'll talk about that. And what's breaking the internet? Catholic Church. And what's going on with Father Gerald Paul and Bishop Clyde Harvey. And of course, we'll be talking about that as well. A mishap claims the life of one worker at the land slippage. We're talking about Molineux land slippage, a very tragic incident unfolded today. We'll talk about that, and we have more. We've got an update for you regarding the situation at the Mongay Hospital or the Mongay Mental Institution. We have an update for you with regards to that. We've got your fogging schedule for you as well. People are interested in that for some reason. We'll be able to share that with you as well. Shein rated number 3. You hear me? 1, 2, 3 in terms of apps that's been downloaded on the iOS platform. Like free apps that's been done. In other words, real people using Shein. Why is that interesting? It's interesting because, oh no, we'll tell you that after the break. Gotta let you know that Headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors. Also, we've got the Beacon Insurance on board. So thank you to all our sponsors and you for being here. We'll take a break and come back. It's a little thing we're taking, a little thing. And when we come back, it could be real news in Oli Lili Lolo. So brace yourselves.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.
Alrighty, it's all about Digicel. So today was supposed to be a big day. We're talking about the day when we experience a very rare phenomenon. We don't know when next it's going to happen again. There's some predictions that it's going to be happening years from now. A solar eclipse. Yes? Well, some people are still waiting. Probably the majority of people are waiting. I have not heard any Grenadian. I have certainly not seen myself. I've not heard or seen any Grenadian located in Grenada who claims that they have seen or experienced that eclipse. If you have and you're on the program, please let me know that you saw it. Yeah, I want to know that you saw it. I don't want to know that you suspect it was happening. It is something that if you're outside, you cannot miss. Have you experienced it? On the contrary, though, you hear people from the US saying that they have seen it. You see people posting all sorts of pictures and stuff like that. So I thought we had one sun. I thought there was only one. I don't know what went on. Maybe we expected it at a different time than when it occurred, but I was waiting. So the question is there anyone on the live who's in Grenada that experienced that solar eclipse today? And if you did, how was it? Yeah? I didn't see nothing. I say I don't see nothing. I saw nothing. I was expecting it, but I saw nothing. Stephanie says it was beautiful. Stephanie, where are you located? I say, is there any Grenadian who's based in Grenada who saw the eclipse? That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking you to be part of the hype that says, oh, there was an eclipse. Did you experience? Did you see it yourself? Okay, good. So we are moving on. Okay, I didn't see it. I have not seen it or heard any Grenadian who said they have seen nothing. So we're leaving that so. I probably will talk more about that on our Facebook page. Less serious environment. Now, I've got news for you. We've got an update. Last week, we told you about the suspension of services at the Mount Gay Mental Institution owing to the fact that they've had an outbreak of the chickenpox and the COVID-19 virus. Now, the Ministry of Health, you know the long thing, right, says visit to the Mount Gay Hospital has resumed. Now, visits to the facility were curtailed following what the health officials stated was evidence of chicken pox and COVID-19 at the institution. Now, we are understanding now that based on the little checks that the ministry have done, they are satisfied that they can now resume services. Now, one of the things the ministry was saying that they will not open until they are satisfied that they have experienced the last case of the viruses, all right? So I guess now they are satisfied and have been able to reopen the facility. This facility, boy. So it's not one thing, it's the next. But the ministry said that they are pleased to report that during the 14-day monitoring period, there were no new or re-emerging cases of chickenpox and COVID-19, which indicated that it is medically safe to re-enter the facility as the virus has been fully eradicated. The Ministry of Health, Mental Health, Wellness, Religious Affairs say that they'd like to extend their sincerest thank you and appreciation to the families of their clients, staff, and the public for your patience, understanding, and support during this period. All right, so that seems to be okay now. Oh, yeah. Now, the next thing that we have to tell you quickly before we get into the substantive matter for today, the ministry, they are sending out the notice for the schedule for fogging. They say it's important that we release this as well. Persons are interested in knowing that the fogging operations that are going to be happening between the 8th of April, which is today, until the 12th of April. All right, so today they were at the Fall Edge, and tomorrow, Tuesday, they will be Fenton Village, including Coffeeville Hill. They're going to be there from 5 o'clock. Then on Wednesday, they move to the Limes, and they'll be there from 5 o'clock as well. On Thursday, the team will be at Frequente at 5 p.m. There's been a prediction that this year we'll experience more mosquito-borne diseases, and of course, including dengue fever. And so I guess the ministry, they're doing all in their power to ensure that mosquito don't get a rest in the place. You understand? So they're fogging up the place. Now, I think that many people are interested in understanding what's going on with the Catholic Church, in particular with the bishop, the head of the church here, and of course, one of a very popular priest, Father Gerard Paul. Over the weekend, many of you might have been privy to some media releases that stated that Father Paul had been suspended from his priestly duties indefinitely. In other words, they don't know when he's going to be reinstated, if in fact he's going to be reinstated. And the bishop went to the church where Father Paul usually does his mass. He's in charge of that church in Riverside. And following the service that day, he made a statement to the congregation announcing the suspension of Father Paul. Here is an excerpt from the bishop's statement that was read at the service.
I have had reason to address the following to the whole diocese. Further to the events of Wednesday, the 27th of March, 2024, in the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, and thereafter on various media platforms, Father Gerard Paul has been suspended from all priestly ministry, effective immediately and indefinitely. While the views of Father Paul on the situation in Gaza are shared by many, including myself, his persistent attacks on the Catholic Church and her leadership, as well as his misleading claims that the Church has done nothing in this and other situations, are erroneous and divisive. After consultation with the senior clergy and some lay leaders, I have suspended Father Paul from priestly ministry indefinitely, effective the 4th of April 2024. All faculties for ministry granted to him upon ordination as a priest of this diocese are withdrawn. He will no longer be parish priest in the parish of the Holy Family, River Sally. He will not be able to preside at the sacred rites of the church, that is, masses, funerals, weddings, baptisms, etc. This suspension is not because of what Father Paul said on Wednesday the 27th. This decision has been made because of the persistent pattern of behavior mentioned above, and which he now seeks to justify with no intention to change.
Well,
brothers and sisters.
Okay, sir, just give me a minute. We're coming to that just now. And so, following that, though, there was, comments that were made by members of the congregation expressing their dissatisfaction in the handling of the matter, and says that they will stand by their priest and wants the head of the church here, the bishop, to understand that the people matter, and their opinion as well matters.
We are all Palestinian. We are all Palestinian.
Okay, that is, I'm sorry, that is not the clip I intend to play right now. Okay, let me just get that one for you right there.
Brothers and sisters.
I think one of my files is a little bit corrupted, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go.
Father Paul had been warned about his behavior, right? And he persisted in it, right? So therefore, I am left with a sense that this is not going to be corrected.
But today is a sad day in the life of River Sally Holy Family Church. And please remember, it's going to have repercussions. We are a people, we are the congregation, we matter. People do matter. That's all I'm saying. I am very respectful to you and to the church. I really do hope that there will be some consultation with regards to our community and what we feel, and have an input into some aspect of what goes on in our community. We do matter. Christ was a radical. Please remember that. Thank you.
Well, it depends on how you define radical, okay?
It's real born. It's real hard to take that. It's real hard to take that.
All I can say to that sister is that if you have heard how Father Paul has spoken in the last days about the church, in inverted commas, about me personally, you would realize that we had no choice. Some people thought I shouldn't come, but I'm very glad I came.
Why?
Because the people feel strongly about the issues. What is communicated to them is difficult because they have latched on to Gaza as truth.
I think the situation speaks for itself. The bishop has said what he has said. He has said that I am suspended from all priestly duties as of now, immediately. And the people have reacted. And the voice of the people is the voice of God.
Heard the call, the consultation that they're asking for could not be done because the whole thing came into the public domain beyond River Sally. So I had no choice but to deal with it as a diocesan issue. Now we have to repair the hurt that people feel. That will not be easy. A lot depends on Father Paul himself. And I will do my best because I hear their pain. And as the bishop of the diocese, as a shepherd, I can't ignore the pain.
We are all Palestinian. We are all Palestinian.
Scores of people have taken part in a public demonstration in Grenada in solidarity.
And we're going to come to that clip shortly because
Father
Paul was also at one of those gatherings in solidarity for the people of Palestine and the situation at the Gaza. And in that function, there were some statements that he also made regarding Clyde Bishop, the Bishop of the Catholic Church, and the hierarchy, he says, of the church, who he accuses, by the way, of being very silent. Yes? He says that they are being very silent on the genocide and the situation that is happening at the Gaza that has prompted himself to be so angry and, passionate about what he speaks of with regards to Gaza and the Catholic Church.
Not a statement, not a prayer, hasn't offered a mass, hasn't done anything. And when little me decides to confront the church, I'm a priest in the Catholic Church, well, all hell break loose. But the hell break loose in the hierarchy. The people are in total support. And that's the differentiation I want to make. When we say the church and you hear with Jerry Dees and Jerry Dees and he condemn and he fighting, that's just the hierarchy and a fella called Clyde Harvey, who's the bishop in Grenada. These are the people, these hypocrites that make these noises and they pretend they are the church in Grenada. The grassroots people are firmly behind the Palestinian cause.
All right, this was held on Friday last in support of the people of Palestine and condemning the activities that's happening there at the hands of Israel. Now, following Sunday's statement by the bishop in the church, and then again a written statement on social media, the bishop still has found himself defending his comments and his actions and trying to clarify, because it seemed like the public has given more support in terms of publicly. So the public has publicly shown more support for Father Gerard rather than the bishop and his activities. This doesn't, I'm not saying that this is my position, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that it would appear on social media and well, particularly on social media and in little quarters, you'll find that Father Gerard seemed to be having a lot more support than the actions of the bishop. And I guess as much it is perceived that the bishop's actions might have been a little too harsh. In some cases, as you will hear from the bishop himself, the bishop thinks that some people might have misunderstood his comments.
Brothers and sisters, there have been numerous comments on the statement made by myself at River Sally on the social media platforms. Many comments seem to have misinterpreted what I have said. I wish to state the following. Father Gerard Paul has not been suspended because of what he has said about Gaza. His sentiments have been echoed by many in and out of the Catholic Church. The Church is very concerned and will continue to speak out about the unjust situations in the world, including Gaza, Ukraine, Haiti, and Sudan, while being active in caring for persons in the midst of these situations. Father Gerard Paul has been suspended because of his continuing lack of respect for the church of which he is a priest and his pronouncements that often stray from the truth. When challenged about that, he does not correct his errors nor seem to care about such corrections. Many of the responses in the media focus on Gaza and have not been able to note the other issues involved. Over the past 10 days, Father Paul has expressed his views in ways that seem to mock authority. Respect for authority is one of the pillars of civilized society. When such respect is undermined without being addressed, the end result could only be a total breakdown of society. This applies to all sectors. The suspension of a priest from ministry is not to be confused with dismissal from the priesthood. Suspension, however long it may be, is always with a view to fraternal correction. It is our hope that Father Paul will listen to that call. Our diocese considers him a brother priest, and we are willing to assist him in seeking the necessary help that he needs. We continue to pray that the risen Lord will guide us in the days ahead. Alleluia, alleluia.
All right, so that is the bishop, and that's the bishop's statement that was sent out just about 2 or 3 hours ago. Now, the public is left to give their opinion on the matter, but no doubt this has caused fractions within the Catholic Church, with some in support of the bishop and his actions, and some in support of Father Gerard Paul. Time will tell. His suspension is indefinite, so that means there's no date set whether or not there are a series of activities that's supposed to happen following a suspension. I don't know how the Catholic Church functions, but let's see what happens from there on. Sorry for that. So, only the next thing that we have to tell, we have to tone down a little bit as we understand of a mishap that occurred today at the Molyneux land slippage site, where the final months of work is being done. One man today lost his life in the most tragic of ways. Police, they are investigating. The authorities, they are looking into this. But the images tell a very, very harsh tale. You know, judging from what has happened here, it might have traumatized a lot who experienced this. There are some aspects of this clip we are not able to show you. In terms of the identity of the individual, we are still allowing some time to pass as protocol will have it. All right, but the individual who died was pinned in the truck that you see at the bottom. All right, he was pinned in where you see the gentlemen are standing. It took the authorities a while to get him out, and he was pronounced dead, according to our sources. Again, as you can see, police were called in, and they immediately commenced their investigations to have a better understanding as to what might have transpired. All right, but that is a tough one. We'll be able to have some more details for you on this particular incident at our next broadcast. All right, and so now we are moving on. There's a site named Shein. It's a site that sells affordable. In Grenada, we will call it cheap. It's cheap though. Yeah, that's what people associate Shein with, cheap. So you buy clothing that are very cheap from that site. And sometimes people are very, what should I say? They're not very proud to be seen wearing items that come from Shein, or people who see people wearing things from Shein don't seem to regard them very highly because, of course, they're buying from a site that has very cheap stuff. Now, cheap in reference to the price of the item, not necessarily the quality of the item. Because if you speak to a lot of people, things that they purchase from Shein do tend to last a while. Today we are telling you this about Shein because we have found a report that suggests that Shein might be more popular in the world than we are willing to accept. According to one report, Shein is the third most downloaded free app on the iOS platform. Now, understand this. Most of the US at least uses the iOS platform, iPad, iPhones, etc. Other parts of the world as well. In Grenada, I think we use more Android than iPhones. All right? But here's what. This tells us that people around the world are purchasing to a large extent from this site. And proudly so. While we in the smaller countries are ashamed to associate ourselves with Shein. To put things into context, Shein's download is more than Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all Gmail, Google. You hear me? Around the world. So, for those of you who are purchasing from Shein, probably today and with the revelation of this new information, you can purchase your item freely and be proud of it because you don't stand alone. The majority of persons around the world are doing the same. We are moving on. Now, the next thing that we have to tell you is the weekend and Reggae Fest 2024. Star acts Itana, Roman Virgo, Anthony B. They treated attendees to a really good concert, of course, with some critics having some suggestions about the show, but nonetheless, it was a show that saw many headlining actors, for example, Anthony B. and Roman Virgo. In fact, as well, we had local entertainers such as Sakina, and we also had Jefferson Ramirez, who made a really good impression on the attendees.
Are you feeling Grenada? I want to see all my clean out people in Gossa. Them so we time no long, so I want to sing a whole song. Tell you, hurt the heart and them carry the song. Just sing at the Almighty more and more. We know under no double control. God has we guide, uphill I roll. Hurt the heart, carry the song. Just sing at the Almighty. We know under no devil control. Oh, we love him all in kingdom. You go home. Winning how you feel. Watch it. Oh, yeah. Come on, watch it. Right now, this is a serious time, violence and crime. What? Simple. Hey, them youth, boss it when rain or fall. You know, say them no care, them ya youth. Boss it all when sun and shine. Whoa. Hey, Grenada, you know see it. You know see how pain you bring a lamb. Lock it big on down the street.
Because the world is a cycle. And everything will happen, yes, it's going in a circle. The world is a cycle, and everything will happen, yes, it's going in a circle.
So that was Reggae Fest number 2, I think it is, right? Who knows who's going to be back or who's going to be coming for Reggae Fest next year, but I heard Roman Virgo teasing that it might be time to have a concert named Roman Virgo in concert here in Grenada. Grenadians love, he can be belching on the mic and Grenadians would love it. I think he's probably one of the most welcomed artists here in Grenada. Grenadians love him. It doesn't matter how many times he performs, how long he performs, how recent he was here. He always gets the same reaction from Grenadians. There's a suggestion that maybe he should get a Grenadian passport, but that's another conversation. And that was, my friends, Reggae Fest 2024. I think it's a good time for us to take a quick break and come back. And of course, when we come back, we'll have for you the national report. We also expected to have the weather as well. So stay tuned. We'll be back. For those of you who have not yet done so, we'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and share tonight's program.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
In recognition of our nation's independence, we're celebrating the journey to 50 with an exclusive car insurance offer. If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Excuse me, miss. What's that ding-ding noise?
Oh, that's customers collecting points from a frequent shopper program.
Okay.
Each time you shop with your frequent shopper card, you earn points, which can be redeemed for future discounts on purchases. Seems like you don't have one.
Nope.
You can sign up today and start collecting your points.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
See this? This is water. Essential, irreplaceable. An average person uses 35 gallons of water daily, but sometimes we take it for granted. But what if, like during a hurricane, this faucet runs dry? That's why every household needs a water storage system. Imagine 3 days worth of water supply, always ready for emergency. And when you run low, nature's got your back. You can capture rainwater for use. And that's how you use nature's gift in a smart, sustainable way. So when service gets interrupted, you're not. Until our next clash of Nawasa wisdom, know your household needs and store a minimum of 3 days water supply. Stay water wise and see you next time.
This advertisement is in a series showcasing Nawasa's operations. Stay tuned for more in-depth insights into our services and initiatives.
Infinite Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
This is the GIS Evening Report for Monday, April 8, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, government appoints new cannabis committee. Details to this story and more after the break.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP. Make us all VIPs. Take your vaccine, get immunized and protected. Kids, let's build our immunity to have a healthier society. I'm vaccinated, I'm immunized, and I'm protected. Get vaccinated, for we the children's future. Protect this fight together. Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. A new cannabis working committee has been given a 6-month mandate to steer the government of Grenada on its way forward for the industry. According to Minister Andrew, the government recognizes the economic and social benefits of a well-regulated cannabis industry. Minister Andrew reiterated the government's commitment to developing a responsible and evidence-based framework prioritizing public health and safety. The committee will play a key role in data gathering through consultations, making policies and legislative recommendations, as well as advise the government of Grenada on the best industry model for adoption.
It will be useful to inform the nation that the Cabinet has now taken a decision to form a new committee to examine the whole issue surrounding our cannabis industry for Grenada. It's a 6-member committee comprised of persons, experts in that area. The committee has been given a mandate to work with. We would expect that committee to fulfill its mandate so that by September of this year, the government will be provided with an objective final report with recommendations on the way forward for our cannabis industry here in Grenada. I met with the committee this morning. I went through with them the mandate that was given to them by Cabinet, and I received the commitment from all committee members to work with alacrity to have the mandate fulfilled within the time period as prescribed by the Cabinet. I therefore have the full confidence that that committee will in fact go to work and deliver in time and on time as prescribed by the Cabinet. So I want to take the opportunity to wish the committee best wishes in its work, and they have all expressed their commitment to work with alacrity to get the work done within the time frame as prescribed by the Cabinet.
The committee comprises Dr. Sean Charles, Anselm Cloudon, Josh Hector, psychologist, Tanja Alexander, cannabis expert, and ACP Vanny Cohen. Government is expecting the recommendation from the working committee in 6 months' time. Grenada continues to employ measures to train and certify community volunteers to improve the country's emergency response strategy. The Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, educates people about disaster preparedness on hazards that may impact their areas and train them in basic response skills. The project is a component under the Country Directed Fund, CDF, under the delegation of the European Union to Barbados project, geared towards building the resilience of the CARIFORUM states to disaster risk and climate change impacts through SEDIMA coordinating unit. The National Disaster Management Agency is implementing the project locally. Disaster coordinator Dr. Terence Walters says it is important for the communities to take responsibility for their own safety and protection, which augurs well for the development of the country.
It is critically important that we ensure that our people at the community level, village level, at the households, are prepared to respond and save lives. Because sometimes the actions that you take on the scene or immediately can save a life or lives. Okay, the action that you take. So it's not waiting for the medical people to arrive, because they may take a while. It's not waiting for the security to arrive. They may take a while. But the actions that you take right on the scene, right there, can save lives. So we do understand that it is critical to have training, to have persons trained. I urge you that as you embark on this training this week, that you take it very seriously. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a lot of work. Some days you'd have to work a little late. I think there's one night you'd have to work until about 11, 12 o'clock, right? That kind of thing, right? So be prepared for that, but it's just one night out of 365 in the year, okay? One out of 365 in the year that you're going to be asked to work very late for. So I urge you to really take this serious and ensure that you get the most out of this community emergency response teams training.
Chief Regional Facilitator Mr. Anthony Williams says training the volunteers will act as an extension of the first responders services until the professionals arrive.
The purpose of this community response team training is to produce volunteers with a reasonable amount of knowledge and skills to complement the duties of the professional responders in Grenada. Many of the Caribbean countries need to build capacity for responding to emergencies and disasters with which we are faced, and very often they come uninvited. Therefore, participants are encouraged to focus on learning the skills that will enable them to demonstrate to locals and visitors alike when the need arises.
Participants who recently completed the Training of Trainers workshop will assist in facilitating the 2-week classroom and field exercise sessions with the volunteers. Continuing the news, Grenadian entrepreneurs are participating in a 3-day capacity building and consultancy for technical assistance program, part of an OECS commission and the 11th EDF regional integration. The consultation seeks to strengthen and consolidate capacity of services, support institutions and business participants, and improve data collection for business services. Honorable Joseph Andal, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, says the consultation fits well with his government's innovative initiative incentive investment regime. This assists with streamlining bureaucratic and legal processes to increase the attractiveness of foreign direct investments and provide ease in doing business in Grenada.
Having accurate data is essential for understanding the complex role that international trade plays in the Grenadian economy. This workshop's thematic focus on data collection is therefore a critical pillar of advancing and informing strategic policy formation. In this vein, it is important to note that both policy and decision-making at all levels are often constrained by the lack of proper data. Accurate data collection is critical to making informed business decisions, ensuring quality assurance, and maintaining research integrity.
He added that the fundamental outcome of this consultation is to improve the collection quality of international trade in service statistics by enhancing technical capacity and raising stakeholder awareness about the importance of international trade services.
The integrity of data collection is key and must remain a frontline priority for the services sector. An integral objective of this consultancy is to receive national perspectives and positions regarding the spectrum of other data elements that are required to support national and regional efforts towards services sector development. This will ultimately enable the compilation of high levels of disaggregated data for business services sectors of socioeconomic priority.
Mrs. Dolores Francis, Senior Technical Specialist, OECS Commission, highlighted what the consultancy aims to achieve on completion.
The consultancy at its conclusion would have ensured that there is consolidation, not just within Grenada, but also across institutions at the regional level, CARICOM Secretariat, Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, OECS Commission, and of course our partners, the UNCTAD, that new data needs of our private sector would be identified, that we would have addressed any existing data gaps, and that we would make provisions for any future revisions or updates to the tools for the collection of data, that we would have identified enhanced sources of data. There is a lot of administrative data that is available, and this meeting will allow for the discussion of that. And finally, that we would have provided support to the work of the Ministry of Trade, National Statistical Office, and other regional entities.
This is the GIS Evening Report. More news after this break.
Carrico Maroon and String Band Music Festival 2024, April 26th to the 28th. Coming together to preserve and showcase our culture is who we are. Friday the 26th, Salon at the Chapel. Early morning libation, 3 p.m. Saraka, 7 p.m. the official opening ceremony and cultural evening. Saturday from 10 a.m. Hillsborough Square. It's Strings in the City. Then at 8 p.m. we move to the Botanical Gardens for cultural explosion with local and regional performances featuring Touch, the band. Admission $60. Then on Sunday, it's the grand finale, Paradise Beach. From 12 noon, musical entertainment. And from 4 p.m., Paradise Beach Friends, cultural entertainment and live music. Admission $20. Come along to dance the quadrille and big drum on Paradise Beach every Sunday after the launch until the festival ends. Carrico Maroon and String Band Music Festival 2024, April 26th to the 28th.
Welcome back. Cultural officials are pleased with the increase in activities and participation at the River Sally Saraka. CEO of the Grenada Cultural Foundation, Livingston Nelson, says the 2024 traditional event organized in collaboration with the Live A Sally organization was a huge success. The annual event, which was staged on Friday, brought the community together in traditional food preparation and display, drumming, and other practices.
Yes, we had more cooks this year, but we also witnessed that we have more activities and we try to bring more of the cultural act. And every year we seem to add a different component. That's the first time we have the Apache. That's the first time they're having the Moko Jumbi as part of the experience. So all in all, we're experimenting with seeing what we can do to pleasure Grenadians, but also to make sure we stay focused in selling the Grenadian culture. Salaka is about everybody coming together to contribute food. We tend to not let the people do what the committee do, that aspect of it. But in terms of helping, giving support to the other aspect, the Cultural Foundation believe it is okay to lend support in that way and to recreate the eating on the leaves.
Cultural Minister Senator the Honorable Adrian Thomas commended the Live Aid organization on its efforts to keep the tradition alive and encourage youth involvement.
What I've seen here, I must congratulate the Honorable Dennis Cornwall for giving his support to the organization, and I must commend the organization for putting on such a fantastic show. What I've seen here in regards to the cultural performances, it's an indication that our citizens in River Sally, they are paying particular attention to our tradition and practicing it, and I really hope that other areas throughout Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique can really and truly adopt. I mean, Carriacou is leading, but apart from Carriacou, you have River Sally, and we don't have that going on to other parts of the country. We really wish that people can participate and be part of it, because it is our rich cultural heritage, and I feel good that Grenada is promoting it. I had the opportunity to experience Saraka. I had the opportunity to experience Shango in the village, which has similar activities, and I grew up eating on banana leaves and blogger leaves and eating with your hand. So those things are not a surprise to me. I'm quite familiar with it, and I love to see that 50 plus years thereafter, it is still being practiced in Grenada, and I'm happy to be the Minister for Culture presiding over there.
Finally in the news, 2024 is the 33rd year of celebrations for the St. Mark's celebration, which was launched over the weekend. The celebration, organized by the St. Mark's Organization for Development, is being planned together with the St. Mark 50th Independence Celebrations Committee. Raymond Batiste, president of the St. Mark Organization for Development, says that they are committed to the advancement of the festivities in the parish.
Although the annual festival is the highlight of our activities, it's more than not just about an annual festival. Our goal is to continue to contribute to the enhancement of our parish socially, economically, and environmentally. The theme of this year's festival emerged from our acknowledgement of the fact that we did not do enough in 2023, and so we endeavor to do more in 2024.
The president highlighted some of the major accomplishments of the organization.
We implemented a farmers project in which 10 farmers benefited directly through a rainwater harvesting program. So we built them a shed, which they can use for storing their farm implements and also collecting water into a tank so that they can use to irrigate the crops in dry spells, during dry spells. We installed a seedling nursery. At the moment, farmers have to go all in Happy Hill or in Sutton or Grenville to get plants, lettuce plants and so on. We have installed a seedling nursery, which would come into operation sometime this year so that farmers can get a ready supply of planting materials to supply their needs. We also secure a soil tiller so that the farmers can reduce their manual labor, right? So they can plow the land with less effort, and it will be more efficient and faster operation. So this is going to be available to the farmers once it's up and running.
Parliamentary representative for the parish, Honorable Clarice Modest Curran, said that everyone must be involved to take St. Mark's to the next level.
It is said that it takes a village to grow up a child. I also believe we can extend that to say that it takes a village to build a people, to build a community, and to build a country. SMOD has replaced the St. Mark, it used to be St. Mark Development Committee. Now it's SMOD. But I think the goals and the ideals are no less, and the zeal is no less. So I want to encourage all of us. This is our community. Let us work together to build our community. Let us strengthen what is happening. And whatever is good, whatever is lofty, let us be a part of it so that we can have a wonderful community.
The Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Economy and Culture, Senator Quince Britton, spoke on behalf of the Ministry of Culture at the launch event. Senator Quince Britton mentioned that the Department of Culture will be supporting community activities throughout Grenada.
The whole idea is to ensure that every village in St. Mark get recognized or get a chance to showcase what it is that they have to offer some way or the other. And this is one of the reasons why the Department of Culture is ensuring that we support in whatever way that we can. In fact, in a recent meeting with the Minister of Culture, together with the CEO of the Cultural Foundation and the chair or the chief cultural officer, he lamented the need to support and give more recognition to committees like SMOD to ensure that the parish events that they put on an annual basis is successful.
And with that, we conclude tonight's broadcast. On behalf of the news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Chrisanne, and the rest of the GIS News team. Here now we give you the weather from the Met Office. We can tell you that the weather is expected to be generally fair. Tonight's minimum temperature 25.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tuesday's weather is expected to be also generally fair. Max temperature 31.5 degrees Celsius and minimum 25.5 degrees Celsius. Now, winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. And that's our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. And before we go, we want to say hello to a few people who are currently on YouTube. So big up to the YouTube people. Those of you who are chatting, those of you who are not, we're saying hello to you. Catherine, Shireen, Anne-Maria, Olive, Celine, Suzanne, Marcus. Who else is there with us? Gloria, Glenora, Laverne, Island Girl. Who else is with us? God is blessed. Jennifer, and Ashley. Everybody on there, we're saying hello to you. May God bless you. Jane, blessings to you as well. Blessings to you and your family. Everybody, hello to you. And as well, those of you who are on Facebook, we're sending greetings to you and letting you know that we appreciate your company all the time. We've got Monet with us. We've got Claudette. We've got Diana. We've got Yvonne. Bermuda, Java and the Sharing Committee, Liz, Adonna, Hazeland, who else is there? Jacinta again, Veronica, and who else? Joyous is there with us as well, so Joyous, blessings to you as well. Barbara, how are you? And Glenda, good to have you with us tonight. Diana, you're there again. So those of you who have not yet done so, we would like for you to, again, go ahead and share the program. I know who shares and who don't. I'm just saying, so you better be nice, okay? Be nice and share the business, okay? Some of you who have not yet done so, please. All right? Well, it's my pleasure, all right? Glenda and the others, it's my pleasure. No, don't bother about it. Join me in saying happy birthday to Gabriel. Gabriel is one of our team members, and He is a very supportive team member. We couldn't do a lot of what we do without Gabriel, so I'd like you guys to join me in wishing Gabriel happy, happy, happy birthday today, and wish that he lives to see many, 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 many more years to come. Gabriel, we love and appreciate you. Happy birthday. Guys, take care. Sue and Claudette, thank you for joining us as well. Okay, guys, take care. May God bless you richly. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No. Take care, family. All the best.